Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Forrester Creations, Taylor informs Brooke that Ridge has moved on. It would be healthy for her to do the same. Brooke turns to Ridge and tells him, "I'm your Logan. The love of your life, just like you're the love of mine." She wants to move past this and get back to erecting their future. "I need you to come home. Just come back to me where you belong." Taylor shakes her head in unbelief. Taylor aloud. Brooke might have set up a bit of class over the times, but she was wrong. She's always throwing herself at Ridge. The only reason she's there's because she took the CEO position at Forrester, formerly again showing her true colors. Brooke demurs that she did it to move Carter. He was wrong and now Ridge is back. This horrible chapter is behind them. She tells Ridge they need to heal. "We need to be together and move forward." She wants that and believes he does too. Brooke reiterates that it's time to move on. Taylor couldn't agree more. Brooke asks Ridge to come home. "Tell me that's what you want too." In the design office, Steffi tells Daphne she wasn't supposed to fall for Carter. Her friend says he's an amazing man. Steffi hopes he still is after all of Hope's manipulations. Finn comes by and kisses his woman. She tells him it's an amazing day for the company. Finn learns it's functionary. The LLC papers were torn up and they've forced her back. Daphne nods, thanks to Carter. Steffi says Hope didn't show an ounce of guilt. She always plays the victim. Daphne couldn't agree more. She defenses herself to check on Commodity. Steffi teases, "Commodity or someone?" At the cabin, Hope no way allowed. Carter of all people would betray her. He knows she's hurting but he's been by her side this entire time. He risked everything because he loves her. Hope argues he threw it all down. Carter says it was time to make effects right. She suppositions that means him getting to keep his position while she loses hers. Carter will fix that, but what they've is bigger than Forrester. They can't give up on it. Hope tells him if he ever watched for her, or about them, he'd have walked out of there with her moment. He's sure Ridge and Eric can move Steffi to hire her back. Hope asks if he's serious. They're not going to hear to him after what he did. They only kept him because their self-esteem are too big to believe their good little dog face betrayed them. It's easier to condemn her. Carter's sorry. She retorts, "No, you're not. You had a chance to stand with me moment and you chose that family rather." Carter smothers. He can't believe Hope is questioning his fidelity to her after everything he's done for her. Hope scoffs, "Fidelity? You kissed Daphne, Carter. He abandoned her when she demanded him the most." Carter says he chose his heart. He felt terrible but she wouldn't hear. Hope rebuts that they knew the fallout would be delicate, but they agreed to do it together. Carter says, also, "Let's do it together unless," she asks, "Unless what?" He says unless he's no longer desirable because he's not in a position to help her. Hope laughs, "There it is. So, Ridge and Steffi eventually got into your head. You suppose I'm using you." Carter doesn't, but he does suppose she fell for him because of everything he was willing to immolate for her. Every man in her life has let her down. And then comes Carter, your knight in shining armor. And the alternate "I do Commodity you do'n't like, I'm gone." Hope asks if he remembers the last time she was fired. He said if he'd been there, he wouldn't let it be. You had your chance moment and you let it be. Carter loves her and doesn't want this to be over. Hope accuses him of making a deal with Ridge and Eric behind her reverse and setting her up. She no longer sees the man she fell in love with. Goodbye, Carter. Carter walks out. Laterally, Carter sits behind the office in the design office and looks forlornly at a print of Hope. He flashes to Daphne telling him she was using him. Suddenly, Daphne enters and asks if he's okay. He says not really. Hope believes he betrayed her and wants nothing to do with him. Daphne shrugs, her loss. It takes courage to face your wrongs and do what's right. She was going to go back to Paris, but she can't leave now. "Because I've no way met a man like you, Carter Walton. Carter can't tell her how important he appreciates her. But I'm really muddled up right now. He complains that Ridge and Eric broke their pledge. Daphne walls, after you broke their trust. But you did the right thing. Carter tells her he's not this good Joe. Daphne says the Forresters gave him an alternate chance because they see what she sees, a remarkable man full of integrity. He says his heart is broken. Daphne replies that it's broken because he gave it to the wrong person. Daphne tells Carter that Hope left him, he needs to leave her too. He says it's not that easy. Daphne says he's carried his guilt long enough. You did the right thing. Do end for alternate remorse it. Carter asks, indeed if it means I lost hope. Daphne thinks he should feel free, like a weight has lifted. He doesn't. She says he will. I'm done for you. They embrace. In the cabin, Hope flashes to more times with Carter and cries. She also remembers the scene in the office at Forrester and him deciding to stay. Steffi and Finn bandy Brook. At the Precipice house, Steffi and Finn bandy her, feeling like a weight has been lifted now that the company is back. It's further than a business, it's a home. She reflects on all the recollections she has there since nonage. Steffi always wanted to run tea company and make her family proud. She muses that they've dealt with one Logan, now they just have to deal with another, who's indeed more cunning. Finn nods, Brook. Steffi confirms it. She wanted to talk to her father, presumably to advocate for her son, but she no way misses an occasion to throw herself at Ridge. She's presumably trying to worm her way back into his life. She wishes she could have fired Brook as well, but another argument was the last thing they demanded. She hopes she doesn't get into her father's head and guilt trip him down from her mama. In the main office, Ridge tells Brook it's been a big day for his family for his pater. She's happy for them, but notes not everything has been restored. Taylor says, it's nothing that Ridge and Steffi can't fix. Ridge loves and respects both of them, but it's time to look to the future. You've got to move on. He hates the idea of hurting either one of them. Ridge recaps that Taylor has known that Brook will always be his Logan. He was reminded of their fortune in Rome, but it didn't work, did it? He's made a commitment and he's going to keep that commitment. Brook warns, don't do this. Ridge says he'll always love Brook, but his future is with Taylor. Brook walks out and cries in the hallway. When it comes to Steffi Forrester, no bone. Can't exactly figure out what she's all about. Because there are times in which she acts like a saint. But there are also times in which she acts like a winner. There seems to be one distinct difference between Steffi and her love rival, Hope. It's that Steffi has no way clown to be perfect, supposedly. That's because she's the kind of person who owns up to her miscalculations and keeps moving. In comparison, it seems like Hope is the kind of person who keeps gaslighting people around her. It goes without saying that numerous the bold and the beautiful suckers have had a lot to say about the matter. Some indeed reflected with, whenever anybody calls Steffi out on her insincerity, the only response Steffi suckers can make is, she no way said she was perfect. She owns her miscalculations as if that defenses her for bullying and slut-smirching others for shit she has done herself numerous times ahead. Another addict word, and while Steffi no way claimed she was perfect, when did Hope ever claim she was a saint? Hope may be offensive and shitty recently, but I don't recall her saying that she's a saint, lol. And also there was this comment as well, Hope does enjoy up to her miscalculations. Steffi, not so important. Steffi says she fights for what she wants. Steffi doesn't apologize for going after what she wants. Hope isn't perfect, just like Taylor isn't perfect. They're the same. They're just lower of the bad girl in your face type that Brook and Steffi are. They've made less miscalculations than their rivals.